This contest is a catchweight contest and 6 5-minute rounds. 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout will decide the winner. Now on my right, in the red corner from the Royal Brothers Tag Team, will you welcome please, Vic Faulkner. His opponent, on my left, the man of 1,000 holds, from Blackpool, the world lightweight champion, Johnny Saint.
Seconds away, round 1.
Hello again, Grapple fans. Good afternoon to you. And here at the Civic Centre, Oldham, the Queen Elizabeth Hall to be exact, we welcome you to another professional wrestling session. And we start this afternoon with a catchweight bout between one of your old favourites, Vic Faulkner from Bolton. And nice to see him back in the ring after so long. The blonde boy from Bolton. He takes on Johnny Saint, the world lightweight champion. This is a catchweight because Vic, of course, is 11 stone 7, right in the middle of the welterweight bracket. Johnny Saint on the 11 stone mark, which is the upper limit of the lightweight bracket. Johnny Saint, of course, no trouble identifying him there. His name right across his front, the big white stripe on the side of his trunks. There he is, a smile on his face as always. In fact, both of these wrestlers do a lot of smiling. They really enjoy their wrestling. The referee in this bout, Jeff Kay of Hull. Well, a bit early for Vic Faulkner to try a full Japanese stranglehold in a surfboard position, but he got it on. He couldn't get the backbreaker on properly. Johnny Saint still smiling. Well, there are going to be a lot of tricks here. Arm locking onto Faulkner. See that rolling arm move and still holding the arm lock. Faulkner in the backhander there, trying to hold. It's dropped down beautifully. Double leg Nelson Faulkner. Folding press Saint. Spin out before he could get it. And again, both of them smiling. They're going to enjoy this one. And I'm sure you at home are too, because these two of the greatest technicians in the business, in my opinion. Wonderful to watch. This bout precedes a super heavyweight tournament, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. But I think this first bout's going to be hard to beat here this afternoon. Double wrist lock, and the head scissors finish. A couple of minutes to go in this first round of 6. Remember, 2 falls to decide it. Or the best of 3, whichever way you like to put it. The leg spread by Faulkner, not worrying Saint too much at all, because he can do the splits anytime he likes. Nothing worrying at all. Faulkner picked the wrong boy to do the leg spread on it. Grabbed the leg as he went over. Nice move, toe and ankle now, Faulkner. Figure 4 leg lock. Just a minute left. Round 1 of 6. Faulkner holding on as hard as he could, but he knew there was no chance of stopping that rollout. Full Nelson, Saint. Full Nelson, Faulkner. Now let's see how Saint gets out of this. The butt, the turn, he's in it again. And the same again. Faulkner's not going to be easy to get rid of there. Yes, lovely. Half a minute to go. Saint looking round as the smile on his face as if to say, which way do you want me to get out of this? You better hurry. Right on the bell. Full Nelson, Saint on the bell. And unfortunately the bell stopped him, stopped his move there. Completely stopped his move. But Vic Faulkner, just the man I would choose to face Saint, face Johnny Saint in a really master of the art contest, and I'm sure this is going to be. Incidentally, his brother Bert Royal, of course, he's been out of wrestling for a time with cracked ribs. So that's why we haven't seen him recently.
Seconds away, round 2.
But even Bert Royal, I'm sure, will get over cracked ribs quicker than most and be back with us on the small screen before long. Meantime, we have his brother Vic Faulkner here at the Queen Elizabeth Hall in Oldham, taking on Johnny Saint, the world lightweight champion.
Come on now. Mr. Referee!
A typical Faulkner trick. Gets Jeff Kay also grinning. An old trick of Faulkner's, but it works nearly every time. Just using the referee's leg to get his balance right and get out of the hole. Mr. Referee, he says. And of course, referee, thinking he wants to complain about something, comes over, and of course, that is the end of the hole as far as Johnny Saint's concerned. Yes, side headlock ground position to Faulkner, and I'll take a bet that this is one bout that you will never get any fouls in at all. I don't think the referee, the Hull referee, Jeff Kay, there he is, will have any problem with this bout at all, except that he will be used a little bit as he was by Vic Faulkner then. About number 7, I reckon that was. He got out of it, and the sweat pouring off them both, especially Faulkner then. He jumped into a step over toe hold position, but didn't bother with a step over. Johnny Saint still with a grin on his face, climbs back in. And he's out again. Oh, this is going to be a really great contest, this one. Yes, folding, oh, double knee, gets a count of 2. Folding press adds a beauty by Saint, but he couldn't hold. Double leg Nelson by Saint this time. And there are going to be so many pinfall chances, most of them probably not working to a count of 3, but it means that the referee, Jeff Hall, is going to be really busy with his pinfall counts in this bout. They make so many near chances, these fellows. And a Boston crab for Saint with 1 minute to go in the second round.
No, referee, no. No, come on. No.
Really laying on this full Boston crab there, Saint. That didn't work. Double leg Nelson try now. Folding press try for Vic Faulkner. Rolled out nicely, but into the ropes. No question about it. The crowd really love this. The lighter boys really going fast with the skillful moves that they're seeing in this preliminary contest here this afternoon. 5 seconds to go. And Saint with her body scissors right round him as that round finished, but it didn't seem to worry him. Anyway, there's Johnny Saint's corner. Johnny Saint, of course, the ex-lightweight champion of Great Britain, which he relinquished when he got the world title. And, of course, this man who was taught originally his wrestling skills by the one and only Billy Robinson. He also got further coaching from George Kidd. What better pair can you have than that?
Seconds away, round 3.
Round 3, 4 rounds to go and no score. A lot of near scores, no score so far. Vic Faulkner at 11-7, just 7 pounds in weight advantage over Johnny Saint. Johnny Saint at 11 stone dead, the man who really can't find a lightweight that's liable to worry him too much, except possibly Steve Gray, who has beaten him a couple of times on television, but couldn't do it when he took on Saint for the world title. Well, there's a straight arm lever for you, right over the head, because he hasn't got the height to work it over the shoulder. It's far too early with that one. And again, Saint, and trying for a Boston crab, but spun him out instead. Faulkner dives past and waiting from the side, and it's a double leg Nelson. And for some reason, Saint couldn't get his balance back. Was held in that double leg Nelson, and the first to congratulate Vic Faulkner on the first fall in 1 minute 20 seconds of round 3.
In 1 minute 20 seconds of round 3, first fall of the contest goes to Vic Faulkner.
There's a neat sidestep there on the ropes on the left-hand side of the ring there. Made Saint go past him, come off the ropes, and Faulkner was ready with that double leg Nelson. Took him completely unawares, and for some reason he couldn't get his balance.
Seconds away, round 4.
So 3 rounds to go, halfway through the bout, and Faulkner in the lighter mauve trunks, the plain mauve trunks, I should say, leading Johnny Saint, the world title holder of the bracket below Faulkner's welterweight, of course, by 1 for the nil. Yes, that really caught that double-handed wrist lever was holding Faulkner's left wrist there, and as he tried that head mare, really caught it. He's still there, and he's still almost got out of it then, the last second. But no, Saint still got the same hold as before. All that effort there by Faulkner.
No, referee out. Nope. Come on. Nope.
A little bit of illegal use of the middle rope there by Faulkner, but allowed within only a split second. Still Saint with that double-handed wrist lever. And hasn't moved. That hold hasn't moved for so long now, really. If he gets out of it, he'll be back in it again in a split second. Saint's so fast on that. And surely Vic Faulkner must be tiring a little bit after all that effort. Nicely undressed. That's a Saint trick operated by Faulkner, and it's now reversed. Exactly the same hold, but this time held by Faulkner. Well, let's see how long it takes Saint to get out of it. Not too long. It's back with the... and both of them getting out of it now quickly. Quick whip. Faulkner takes it beautifully. And the body scissors to Faulkner. Trying a quick pinfall chance while he's there. In other words, Johnny Saint's not taking any too much notice of that. Three taps on the opponent or the canvas often means, or legitimately should mean he wants to submit. Well, the crowd love it. Faulkner grinning all over his face as he succeeded in that get out, but Saint also smiling as he congratulates his opponent. Bridge. Faulkner trying to break it. And a monkey climb over the top, but the interlock figures are still there. Double leg Nelson. Faulkner. And spun out before the folding press could come. Lovely stuff by both men. And I don't think you'll ever see a more sporting contest than this one. Two master technicians really enjoying it as much as the crowd is. Less than a minute now in the fourth. Oh yes, caught on the way, didn't quite time it right, but the spin out was timed.
4, 5, 6.
And all referee Jeff Kay has had to do is to pinfall count, or count for the knockout, time and time again. Not even a private warning up to now. 5 seconds. So that head scissors at the end didn't last even to the bell. But let's have a look at the both men now sweating profusely. Johnny Saint on the right, hitching up his trunks there, getting the treatment from his second, and Faulkner on the left. But he's leading Faulkner by 1-0. He gained in the third.
Seconds away, round 5.
2 rounds to go as we start round 5, and can Johnny Saint, the lightweight champion of the world, come back against the welterweight experienced man from Bolton, Vic Faulkner? Head scissors, Faulkner.
No.
If you can't see at any time those black trunks with the white stripe down the side of Johnny Saint or his name in the front, then the tattoo marks all over his upper arms and forearms you'll be able to see. And again he's there. Every time Saint thinks he's out of trouble, Faulkner gets him right back in, all because he's holding that double-handed wrist lever, which he is not holding anymore because Saint managed to use the sweat around to slip out of it. Oh yes, full Boston crab now. Saint's got it again. He had it in the first round, but it didn't work then, and it hasn't worked now. Oh, they're really loving this. Everybody here, and the two wrestlers. Faulkner didn't know where that was coming from at all. He still doesn't. Nicely over the top, and it's a side serve. Oh, beautiful folding press on the side. And there's the equalizer to Saint in round 5. Just 1 minute, 50 seconds of round 5. 1 fall each.
In round 5, the equalising fall goes to the blue corner and the world lightweight champion, Johnny Saint.
And that leaves only 1 round to go to get a result here. And there again, Vic Faulkner congratulating Saint on that equalizer. 1 to go, and any second the bell.
Seconds away for the 6th and final round.
For the 6th and final round. 1 fall each. And now we're going to get a result here. Yes. Faulkner often trying that, arms in the air, trying to distract the attention of his opponent while he grabs for the double leg. Perfect example of how the grappling game can be real fun when it's operated by a couple of fellas, master technicians like these two. Well, he eventually got the full Japanese stranglehold reversed, but I'm not sure for how long, because Faulkner could get it back. There it is. Down into a bridge. Oh, nicely hooked that leg forward, beautifully done. It's a folding press, Faulkner. Saint attempting to roll himself into the little ball. Fine tackle. Saint over the top, cross press. And a count of 2.5 there. Mistimed it. Saint lean out of the ring. But landed okay. Back at 6. Over the top, double leg Nelson, Faulkner. And there's that little ball, he rolls himself up. And now Faulkner can do nothing about that. No limbs free. Nothing he can do. A George Kidd special that he taught Johnny Saint. And he's lifted him up, thinking he was helping the situation. Lifted him up out of it and got caught in the wrist. It's the second time that Saint's missed and the first that Faulkner's missed. But both still grinning.
5, 6, 7, 8.
1 fall each, remember. This is the final round. Now then. There's the double arm. Faulkner. Faulkner wisely goes down to make it the double arm stretch, because otherwise he'd have got the Saint feet right in his face. I don't think he'll fall for any of that. Came over the top, and less than a couple of minutes to go in this round 6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, either of these men had the energy to pull pints, in Vic Faulkner's case, at his pub in Exton, over the top cross press, and Johnny Saint to run his apartment block of holiday flats in Blackpool. This keeps them fit to do it, I guess. They certainly produce some wonderful wrestling skills, even though they're now part-timers, or shall we say their whole life isn't taken up by wrestling as before.
No.
Just under a minute. The spin out came late because Saint wasn't sure whether he need go the Cody better in case. Because Faulkner could have easily followed that up. Crutch hold, slam, Faulkner down, reverse double knee hold. 40 seconds. Crutch hold, Saint, slam, follow down, reverse double knee hold. Knees too far. Body scissors now, Faulkner. 30 seconds. Oh, we're going to have to move to get a result here. He tried to turn him over for a Boston, couldn't make it, tries the folding press, 15 seconds. Again the folding press, 10 seconds, full Boston crab to Faulkner, over the top, Saint, double knee, double leg Nelson to Faulkner, folding press to Saint, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and it's all over. But what an effort by both men. A 1 call each draw, and I think we'll agree, a magnificent contest. Just listen to that applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 terrific rounds of sport in wrestling, both wrestlers gaining 1 fall apiece, the referee's decision is a draw. Vic Faulkner and classy Johnny Saint.